Kohalayim La, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Racha, Kodash. Double honor to our elders and apostles, great millstone. Peace and salutations to Hope Lake to Israel. Starting with you beloved men, man. 144,000. Putting your life on the line day in and day out, man. These disrespectful ass niggas, these disrespectful ass bitches is about to get payback. They about to get payback, man. They taking the grace period of Yahweh Shemiah Shah in vain. They making it worthless. They talking all type of shit. They doing everything the opposite of the of humility, of having a contrite spirit and a heart of a sorrowful heart toward Yahweh Shemiah Shah. They so stuck in this world. The programming that Esau Edom had given them, they're not trying to break free from. They don't want to fucking repent. And Yahweh Shemiah Shah is about to show them to their fucking face. Ka! Yahweh Shemiah Shah is about to show them to their fucking face. And it's just, you know, as a man, you know, a lot of men have already wrote their story in this world to end the way it has ended, taking their wives, taking their children, then taking their own lives. But the Lord has a special spirit upon you men, you brothers, you Akim, of the 144,000. The Lord has a special spirit upon you to endure. To endure hardness as a good soldier. To continue to stay here, like Paul say, he'd rather leave this God-forsaken bullshit, but he has a job to do, roughly paraphrasing. Through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shemiah Shah. Yep, World War III is coming. You can't. World War III is coming, and these motherfuckers is not ready. All the talking is about to be over. All the complaining, all the bickering, right? Because they think we bitches. They think we bickering. We tell them over and over again, hey, the Lord tell you to dress like this. The Lord tell you to stop doing that. The Lord tell you what you're supposed to be doing. Because I'm not saying it to you how those Christian pastors tell you. Because I'm just being direct and telling you, hey, stop that shit, or the Lord gonna kill you, or the Lord gonna get rid of you, or the Lord gonna separate us, or the Lord gonna do this or do that. They don't take that shit serious. They look at us like we ain't shit. Okay. All right. I got a clip though. Fair use. Fair use. I want to show this clip, and we'll just go in on it. I probably watched about 2 minutes of it, and I had a couple of precepts come to my mind. Lord willing, those precepts come to my mind again. But we're gonna get this. You know, like I said, fair use, fair use. This is for educational purposes. I don't get monetized. I ain't got no money coming in from this shit. You know what I mean? But you know, I'm using these interviews as these clips as a form of education and edification to the children of Israel, you know, to the believers of Yahweh Shemiah Shah, you know, those that truly believe in the words that come out of the Bible in the spiritual sense, not based on, you know, what they see, okay, not based on, let me get that, matter of fact, let me get that, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, because that'd be beautiful to put what I'm trying to say. Righteous judgment. Yep. John chapter 7, verse 4, because it's twofold, right? We're going to talk about the scriptures. John chapter 7, verse 24 says, judge not according to the appearance. And that goes into the scriptures as well. That goes into the Bible. Because we know that the Bible has been taken over by our enemies. The thing is, the Lord implanted certain words to be searched for, right? The Lord says, seeking ye shall find, knocking it shall be open, you know, asking ye shall receive. That goes into us. When we read the scriptures of Yahweh Shemiah Shah with the Holy Spirit, we're knocking, we're asking, we're seeking. We're not just taking things for face value. The Spirit is open. The Spirit, the Holy Spirit of Yahweh Shemiah Shah is opening up in understanding, that we get the proper understanding of the scriptures, like the elders and the apostles and the Akim, that I even go to count what they always say. If these devils, if the scriptures would tell you who America was, instead of calling it Babylon the Great or Babylon mystery Babylon, if it didn't make these names upon this specific land called America, if they didn't tell you that Esau Edom was a so-called white man, they had to, the scriptures had to say he's a red man, and then you have to go into the understanding and the details of where this man came from, who he was related to, who he would have perpetual hatred for, until the end. Esau Edom's bloodline, or the mentions of Esau Edom does not stop in Genesis chapter 25. The mentionings of Esau Edom does not stop in Malachi chapter 1. He's mentioned in Romans chapter 9. All right. He's mentioned as a serpent in Revelation 12:12. A dragon, Salakia. He's mentioned as a dragon and a serpent. That old serpent. All right, that's why John chapter 7, verse 24 says, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. All right, so we're not judging people according to what we see, especially in the scriptures. You can't just judge because it say, what do the people of this world like to use? John chapter 3, verse 16, right? God so loved the world. No. We gotta go into deep, into a deeper. We gotta be diligent. We gotta study to show ourselves approved. What does that word world mean? And through the Yahweh Shema Shah, through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah, the elders and the apostles of the Great Millstone had taught us what that meant and how to break that down. What worlds mean? You got cosmos, right? An orderly arrangement, right? And then you got world meaning a lot, ion, right? That means that it's going to be a certain time, a certain time. The things that are setting up. The word world means a lot of different things in the Greek, in the Hebrew, and in the Latin. All right. And now this truth has come out. People can't deny it. You can fight against it all you want to. You can ignore it all you want to. You can say it doesn't matter. But the Lord's going to show you it do matter. So we have to judge according, not according to appearance, not because of what a word looked like, but according to righteous judgment. I like that. Let me get this. We're gonna go here, Salakia. That's not what I want. Let's go here.
Because I think the youth needs to hear what real men are. I think there's there's masculinity.
But what are real men?
Right. I think a real man is in touch with his feminine
looks like a duck
side,
and it walks like a duck. I mean? Yeah.
I think a real man is.
River TV. What's up, guys? It's your girl River, and
what I like about this is that women, and specifically women of the 12 tribes of Israel, are starting to stand up, are starting to see things for what they are. And they notice that the men of Israel has been beaten down, been lied to, lied about, and they're starting to stand up. Not all of our women, because a lot of our women are still stuck in this Babylonian system, Salakia, this Babylonian system, and they still so stuck on all this shit. And I fucking hate it. I really do. I really fucking do. Like, even, you got loved ones, family members, and you talk to them, you just get to the point where you keep on warning them, hey, bro, you ain't got to warn them after the third time. Sometimes you got to let the shit go. Let them figure it out. The Lord going to show them. The Lord going to judge them to their motherfucking faces. They're going to be wondering, why the hell am I going through this? Why the hell am I getting raped? Why the hell am I getting shot? Why the hell am I getting beat down? Why the hell am I getting stabbed? Why the hell is this happening to me? Why, Lord? Please, Lord, why? You been warned, bitch. You been warned, nigga. But you don't trust the words of the Lord. You haven't changed shit about yourself. As a matter of fact, you've only gotten worse. I got a better question for you. Instead of why not? Why not? This little bitch right here, I'm not talking about the sister that's going to comment on what this whole is saying, but this bitch sitting next to this actor right here, these two actors, she's going to be one of those motherfucking bitches. Unless she repents, she's going to be one of those bitches. Why am I getting, great? Why all these men around me just take out? Why am I getting stabbed? Why am I getting shot? Why am I getting stripped of this and this and that? Oh, it hurt. Oh, fuck you, bitch. You been warned not to usurp authority over a man. I'm going to let y'all listen, though. Let's go.
I'm back again with another video. So recently, Marlon Wayans, Tyreek Withers, and Julia Fox all sat down to discuss their new sport horror movie. I think it's called Him. And basically, in the interview, there were questions asked about masculinity, about men, and the behavior from Julia Fox was so disrespectful and disruptive that this clip has gone viral. So I'm going to go ahead and press play, pause play, give you guys my thoughts, my feelings, and my opinion on this entire situation.
Because I think the youth needs to hear what real men are. I think there's there's masculinity.
So what are real men?
Is it better to pass out full-size candy bars or flashing Halloween LED rings? Or maybe both? We got these flashing Halloween...
Real men.
Right.
What's interesting is that Marlon Wayans is sitting there and he's like, I think that younger men need to understand what a real man is, right? As a man, he is about to lay the red carpet down and give you the information of what he believes a real man is.
To me, a real man is a responsible man.
Because every time a man does something, they'll be like, that's not a real man. And it's like, looks like a man to me.
There's also Tyreek Withers, who's right there, who was another man. In the midst of him trying to explain what a real man is, here she comes interrupting his statement with a question and then a statement. Like, if you would just be quiet, maybe we would be able to understand what he's trying to get at.
I think a real man is in touch with his feminine side.
Looks like a duck and it walks like a duck,
I mean?
yeah.
I think a real man is knows how to unstrap from his
I don't
ego.
know. I think the real man thing is just a thing like that people invented to like excuse bad behavior.
Disrespectful. Why not let him the chance to speak, since he's the one who started the conversation? And then when he's done speaking, you can say what you want to say. The lack of respect.
Let's get this. Let's go ahead. I want to get this first. Because this is what this bitch is pursuing. Clamorous woman. I don't want that, though. I want clamorous first. Clamorous definition. Clamorous meaning. And then we're going to get clamorous. Making a loud and confused noise. Noisy, loud, vocal. Yeah, I can't pronounce that, so fuck you. You got a problem with me not being able to pronounce that. But rowdy, tumultuous, shouting, screeching, screaming, demanding. That's what this bitch is doing. She's being demanding. The opposite is quiet. All right? Quiet. It's rude to interrupt a man's speech. Let's get that. Right. But these bitches don't got no motherfucking decor. Right? Ecclesiastes 11:8, it says, answer not before thou hast heard the cause. Matter of fact, let me open it up. Ecclesiastes 11:7. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first and then rebuke. So someone has to say something before you can actually, if a question is being posed, when a person is talking, don't interrupt their speech. Hear out the matter. That's one thing these effeminate men and these women that stuck up on their feelings and emotions. When you talking to them, they won't sit back and just listen and let you, declare what it is that's on your mind. They interrupt you every motherfucking time, because once you say a word that triggers them, or you say something that triggers them, they have to speak out of turn. But this is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah speaking. Ecclesiastes chapter 11. This is wisdom, right? Again, it says, verse 7, blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first, then rebuke. Answer not before thou hast heard the cause. Neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk. Motherfucker. And this is not just for this woman right here. That's for anybody. Especially all these motherfuckers that come up to the camps. All these motherfuckers that come up to the camps. Especially the Akim and the elders and apostles of the great millstone. But they don't do that with the elders and apostles, But to the men out here on the highways and hedges, these people, they want to come up, ask questions, and then they want to, once you start answering them, they want to pop up and something and got something else to say or some shit like that. Shut the fuck up. At least get an answer first before you got something to say. Again, answer not before thou hast heard the cause. Neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk. Yeah, back here. To the clamorous meaning.
Clamorous.
Making a loud and confused noise. Noisy, loud, vocal. Yeah, I told you I ain't understand that shit. All right, just shut the fuck up. Especially as a woman, man. Your best bet as a woman or a man that don't know much, man don't know shit, is to be quiet. And the thing is, the wise men, those that are wise, they are quiet for the most part. Right? Let me see if I can find that precept. I'm going to just, I know it don't say it like this, but we're going to see what it say. Beautiful. Oh, that's a good one too. That's Proverbs 17:28. But let me get this Proverbs 29:11. It says, "A fool uttereth all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it in till afterwards." All right, you ain't gotta talk all the time. You ain't gotta say a lot of shit. A wise man is more quiet, sitting back, watching out what's going on. How much more for these women that don't got no understanding? Let's get this. Clamorous woman. And I'm gonna go to KJV. Clamorous woman. Where you at? I don't want the meaning. Clamorous woman. Yep. Proverbs chapter 9, verse 13. A foolish woman is clamorous, which we just read. What the word clamorous mean? If you didn't understand what I just told you about the word clamorous, I'm not going to give you the answer. Rewind and seek for your motherfucking self. What clamorous mean? Okay, it says a foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. For she sitteth at the door of her house, on a seat in the high places of the city, to call passengers who go right on their way. Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. And as for him that want of understanding, she said to him, stolen waters are sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. But he knoweth not that the dead are there, and that her guests are in the depths of hell. All right, and we're not talking about a place where you go and you burn forever. Her guests are in the depths of hell, meaning it's confusion, it's darkness, it's pain, it's agony, it's she belittles you. You no longer stand in the congregation of the wise, you're in the congregation of the dead. Because you lack wisdom. As a man, you lack wisdom. Why the fuck would you listen to a woman that's clamorous, that's not sitting back, that's not being quiet, as the scripture says she should be? She's not taking instruction. And a lot of you motherfucking women and a lot of you motherfucking niggas are going to die because of this simple commandment y'all refuse to keep. This simple commandment y'all refuse to keep. Bridling your tongue, shutting the fuck up, knowing when to talk and knowing when not to talk. And believe me, hey, ain't none of us innocent. You know, I'm not myself. I almost became a victim of my damn self because I was talking too fucking damn much. I almost became a victim, but through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, he spared me. But I could have became a victim, you know, because I was talking too motherfucking much. You understand that the tongue is a fire, or the tongue, how they say it, is a world of fire, as is written. And people gonna have to learn, especially you women, because you are not built for the fire. You're not built to withstand the physical retribution that come with you talking too damn much. Somebody gonna put you in your motherfucking place, and that don't mean they're gonna do it right then and there. It's been a lot of women been coming up missing lately. A lot of you motherfucking women been coming up missing lately, and I've been meaning to do a lesson, but you know it is what it is. But a lot of y'all been coming up missing lately. The Lord has no time. He's exacting judgment, and he's really getting tired of the pride. He's getting tired of the disrespect, and you know he's been long suffering long enough. But it's a time he's gonna start talking, or not even talking. You know he's about done with talking. He's been using his men. The Lord's not gonna about to get off his throne and come down and listen and talk to y'all and go back and forth with y'all. He's been using his men to warn the people. Yahweh Shema Shah said, warn them from me. Warn them from me. Let me get back to this video. And then I'm gonna close out. I don't got too much. That's all I really wanted to say. Let's see where it go. Where it go.
Okay, who even is Julia Fox? Okay, no shade.
Right.
Who even is she? The lack of respect to your peers, while you are filming, said movie, and you're going on this promotional campaign. The lack of respect to the men on the panel with you, it speaks volumes to who you are as a person.
You know.
Yeah,
like all men are real men.
Said like a real man.
Period.
And he points to her and he's like, said like a real man. And she's like, oh yeah, period. She looks at that as like in term of endearment when it's really calling you out. Because who are you to say anything about masculinity, about a man, about what a real man is or what a real man isn't, when the man on the panel should be given the first opportunity to speak about that. Because if there was a question about a real woman on this same exact panel, and Marlon Wayans did to Julia Fox what she did to him, I can guarantee she would have got up and walked off. She would have been so offended. She would have felt so disrespected.
And honestly, that's what he should have done as a real man. But these actors, these people right there, they've been compromised. They're going to give you that feel-good message because he started going into what did he say? He said a real man is in touch with his feminine side. What the fuck you talking about, boy? What the fuck is you talking about, boy? Austere man don't. That's a phrase that just came out. Let me ask a question. Your search did not match any documents. I bet, bitch. When did the phrase "a real man is in touch with his feminine side" come out? How can I say that? Okay, let's go here. Let me go ahead and take this shit down. Okay, that's what it was. AI overview. The exact origin of the phrase "a real man is in touch with his feminine side" is difficult to pinpoint, but the concept gained significant traction in the late 20th century as traditional gender roles were increasingly challenged. Oh, what's a man? What's a woman? What's, you know, well, hey, you got the alphabet community that can break that shit down to you if you want to listen to them. As the traditional gender roles were increasingly challenged, it is associated with psychological and social movements that began to question the idea that men should suppress emotions and traits considered feminine, suggesting that embracing qualities like empathy and sensitivity is a sign of strength, not weakness. Hey, you could be a man and still be empathetic. You could be a man and still be, not necessarily sensitive. I wouldn't say sensitive. Ain't nothing wrong with being. Let me see. Let's go here. Sensitive. Word search. Web search. We'll go Google, bitch. Let's go. Sensitive. You want Chrome? Let's go Chrome then. Oh, let's go Google. Once. Sensitive. The quality or condition of being sensitive, responsiveness. Hold on, man. Reactivity. The lack of common decency or sensitivity. The quality or condition of being sensitive. Let me get some more on that. What does sensitivity mean? Let's just break it down, bitch. Sensitivity is a term with different meanings depending on the context, but it generally refers to a state of being easily affected or responsive to stimuli, emotions, or other influence. Right? No, you don't want to be sensitive. You don't want to be sensitive. And the thing is, a lot of these young men out here that haven't had fathers in their life, that's the trace of that's the feminine trait. Being sensitive is an feminine trait, a state of being easily affected or responsive to stimuli, emotions, or other influences, instead of just sitting back, calming down, right? Checking the situation, avoiding the bullshit. You got niggas that's so easily stimulated by a look. You stepping on motherfucker stepping on your shoes, all this shit. That's a sensitive emotion. But a lot of our people, especially the Negroes, Latinos, have been taught that that's a form of disrespect. They sensitive as fuck. Instead of just sitting back, oh hey man, that ain't nothing. It's some fucking shoes. A motherfucker looked at me, that don't mean nothing much. He said, hey, he probably liked the motherfucker my chain or some shit like that. He probably, but people are so fucking sensitive, especially these men are so damn sensitive right now. They act based on their sensitive emotions, based on stimuli, right? Responsive to stimuli. What King David told I'm about to say Yahweh Shah. What did King David tell Solomon? Like, cause Solomon could have Solomon could have gotten his emotions with those women, right? With those women that had the issue about whose baby was the real, who was the real mother of a baby, right? And instead of getting into his emotions, like, oh, well, she sounds so much more like the one that belongs to the baby and everything like that, He said, hey, well, let's without no emotion, let's be austere. And let's, through wisdom, let's see which mother really cares about this child, right? Matter of fact, before I go here, let me go there. Let me bring that up. An example about being emotionally connected to something. 1 Kings chapter 3 and verse 16. Then came there 2 women that were harlots unto the king and stood before him. And the woman said, O my lord, I and this woman dwell in one house, and I was delivered of a child with her in the house. And it came to pass that the 3rd day after that I was delivered, that this woman was delivered also, and we were gathered, and we were together. That was no stranger with us in the house, save we 2 in the house. So it was nobody else in the house but these 2 women. And this woman's child died in the night because she overlaid it. Because this woman slept on her own baby. A careless, clamorous, loud ass bitch. An ignorant bitch. A woman that don't care about. Anyway, verse 20. And she arose at midnight and took my son from beside me, while thine handmaid slept, and laid it on her bosom, and laid her dead child in my bosom. So she swapped out babies. That's a wicked fucking bitch right there. Right? And when I arose in the morning to give my child suck, behold, it was dead. But when I had considered it in the morning, behold, it was not my son, which I did bear. And who else know better? I'm sure she know what her son look like, feel like, smell like, how he responds to her. Verse 22. And the other woman said, Nay, but the living is my son, and the dead is thy son. And this said, No, but the dead is thy son, and the living is my son. Thus they spake before the king. And see, this is the thing that we're gonna have to endure, and being the he ghost of Yasharallah through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, we're gonna have to understand these techniques. And when they come to judgment amongst those whoever the Lord give us to the flock that the Lord give us to endure with, because these judgments are going to mean a lot. There's a lot of adjustments that the men of Israel were able through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah to make sense of the confusion, the lies, the clamorous disposition of a lot of these women, their feelings and their emotions, lying and deceptively being used, by Esau Edom, and thinking they're going to get their way, because they're manipulative. The Lord's about to destroy all that shit. The truth is what's about to stand. The light is what's about to be seen. The darkness is about to be over, I can't say overshadowed, but I want to go. The darkness is about to be overlit. It's not going to be no excuses anymore. We've lived in a time of darkness. America is that place of darkness as mentioned in Job. And it's being sought out with the truth, man. How can you not be joyful in a time like this when all lies are about to be put down? All lies are about to be sought out. The truth is what's about to be revealed. The new world is about to begin. And it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight. A lot of these people are just dark, man. They just liars, man. Manipulators. They just fucking wicked, man. They got to be put the fuck out. The candle of the wicked shall be put the fuck out. And if you want to be upon that wickedness, then your ass going to be put the fuck out with it. How about that? Again, verse 23, it says, Then said the king, the one said, This is my son that liveth, and thy son is dead. And the other said, Nah, or nay, but thy son is the dead, and my son is the living. And the king said, Bring me a sword. And they brought a sword before the king. Let's talk about Solomon. This is the wisdom that Yahweh Shemel Shah had on Solomon. Or Yahweh had on Solomon. Who was Yahweh Shah? But at that time he was known as Solomon. Verse 25, it says, The king said, Divide the living child in two, and give half to the one and half to another. And now you can't make a decision like that if you sensitive. If you sensitive, that's why the Lord is raising up austere men like it unto himself, to make direct decisions. And the thing is, a lot of these sensitive ass motherfuckers, they don't understand it, but the ones that get it, they will get it. They don't like us. The ones that don't get it, they don't like us. But the ones that will get it, they honor it. They honor it. And y'all gotta know that. We're not here to make people feel good. This is not a feel-good message. If you want that, go back to Christianity, go back to Catholicism, go back to Islam, go back to whatever the fuck. Go back into the world. But when you come to understanding about the truth of Yahweh Shemel Shah, the 100% truth of Israel, Yasharallah, this shit is real. This shit is 100%. This is get right or get lost. Again, verse 25, it says, And the king said, Divide the living child in two, and give half to one and half to the other. Because what is that? That sounds logical, right? That sounds logical. That's not emotional. That's not sensitive. That sounds logical. But what's about to be brought out in this lesson? What's about to be brought out is the truth. In verse 26, it says, Then spake the woman whose the living child was unto the king, for her bowels yearned upon her son. And she said, O my Lord, give her the living child, and in no wise slay it. But the other said, Let it be neither mine nor thine, but divide it. And what did Solomon find out in this instance? Through the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding Yahweh Shemel Shah, what did he find out? By love. By love. The real mother was going to be able to sacrifice her son, that he lived and that he didn't die. And that other bitch, the other hoe, that stank ass clamorous woman, say, hey, she lost hers already in sorrow, so she wanted to kill somebody else's son. Then the king answered and said, Give her the living child, and no wise slay it. She is the mother thereof. And all Israel heard of the judgment which the king has judged, and they feared the king, for they saw that the wisdom of the Most High was in him to do judgment. All right. So, right now we're being faced with this same situation. A lot of people are going to be cut off. and not by us exacting certain words and things of that nature, but because being austere to find the truth. A lot of these wicked motherfuckers, the dark is gonna be shed, the light is gonna shine. That's the time that we in. Matter of fact, let me get that. If I could remember it, it's been a while since I pulled it out. Let's get it. Second Esdras, the water Yahweh Shema Shah. Second Esdras, chapter 6, verse 28. As for faith, it shall flourish. Right? Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared. I want to open that up because it get deep, man. 26, 28. Second Esdras, chapter 6, verse 20. Yeah, we can start right here. Right, verse 24 says, at that time, matter of fact, this is the trumpet being sound. Let's start at verse 23. It says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which every man shall hear. They shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. Like these women, they were in the same house. These two whores, they two harlots. They both got pregnant. And they was fighting against each other. That's what's about to happen right now in the current world that we living in. People gonna be fighting against each other. They're gonna be friends. They're gonna be buddies 1 minute, the next minute because of ignorance, because of darkness, because of deception. They're gonna have a quarrel against each other, and they're gonna need the light to discern the truth of the matter. Okay, it says at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Whosoever remaineth. This is going to be a time of hardship. People are going to be wanting waters because the government, the system, the beast system is going to be, we're going to give them water for about, we give them water for about an hour, but we're going to hold back the water for 3 hours. And all those that haven't been through the Day of Atonement, all those that haven't been through a fast, all those that don't know what to do, y'all gonna be suffering y'all gonna be suffering. Verse 25: Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation, and the end of your world, the end of this world, this current world that we living in, the world of Esau, Edom. Verse 26. And the men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth, and the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meaning. Evil, here we go. Evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. And it's starting now. It's starting now. Through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah, this truth going out, people are seeing what's the difference between what they've been taught in the past and the actual word of Yahweh Shema Shah being presented with truth. Let's get it. It says, verse 27 again, for evil shall be put out. All the things that we were told from the Christian church, all the things that we were told from the textbook education system, the law system, how to be a man, a woman, and a child, a household. All those things that's been destroyed, through deceptions and lies. You could be whatever you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do. The woman is over the man, the children. Their feelings and emotions matter more. They can be what they want to be instead of being in sync with what the Lord said things are supposed to be. All that shit is being destroyed right now. The Lord is setting up his kingdom, and there's nothing you can do about it. And his kingdom is not going to be filled with moles, children, disrespectful, ungrateful children. It's not about to be set up with women that's not in their place, women that want to usurp authority over the men. That's not how the Lord going to build his kingdom. He ain't building his kingdom like that. Y'all gotta die off. That's what's about to happen. As for faith, it shall flourish. Evil, Salakia. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which have been so long without fruit shall be declared. And when he talked with me, behold, I looked but by little and little upon him before whom I stood. And these words said he unto me, and I am come to show thee the time of the night to come. If thou wilt pray yet more, and fast 7 days again, I shall tell thee greater things by day than I have heard. All right. It's 2 o'clock. Somebody out there going through it. What is it today? Thursday? I ain't even see no cars out there. They had a little club over here. That's all I want to get though. Lessons within lessons, as the elders say. I don't even know. I'm gonna see what else they got to say, but that's all I want to say, honestly. And it's 40 minutes. I'm gonna just cut it off right there. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to hopeful elect. You know, I want to get this precept that I didn't get when I was at camp the other day, so I'm gonna pull it out today. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get in the blue letter. Call Halayim La Yahweh Shah. That's almost a damn hour. I didn't mean to. 46 is that 46 minutes. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. It says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High of the whole matter. Boom, boom. Yeah. Fear the Most High, Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. Fear the Most High. Slakia. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. So, if you're not operating in what's good to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, if you're focusing on the evil things of the world, the Lord going to bring it into judgment. So if you're not living right, man, change your ways to the best of your ability and stop being stubborn with the Lord before he kill your dumb ass. That's it, man. With that, we're going to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rachak Kodash, and double honor to our beloved elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the whole elect of Israel, starting with the 144,000. To next time, endure. Yahweh, Yahweh Shabbat, endure to the whole elect of Israel. You know, to the house of King David. All right, to the faithful house of King David. To next time, Kwam Yasharala, Wa Abba Baba.